Hello, welcome to Hilda's Place, where art lives, here in Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. If you have been following the show, you know that we have done a special COVID-19 Pilot Mountain season, and we have been featuring the artists that come here to play and have been since I've been here. Today we have a special guest, and every time I say we have a special guest, it's because they're a special kind of special. So we have a special kind of special guest today. You are going to meet and hear later Miss Renee Sutphin. Hey Renee, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. Listen, what the listening audience knows, so we have a visual audience and we have a live listening audience tonight. They know, because they've been here, they saw her concert first. And normally I shoot it in chronological order. I'm glad we shot you singing first, because that's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
Sitting there listening to you and looking at you, I knew that what my gut instinct told me in the first place to have you on the show was the right thing. Because you represent so many people that I run across in the world, that for whatever reason, marriage, school, children, they were a monk for 50 years and then they set themselves free. I mean, you know, whatever the reason was, just did not follow any of their artistic and creative dreams. And because I work in this business, I know that there's so many points of entry, and that it's not about being a Broadway star or a recording artist with a major label or any of that. It doesn't have to be about that. If that's what you want, you go for it. But there's so many different levels, and you represent the people who are closest to my heart.
Oh.
They are the people that will do whatever they need to do to accomplish a creative or an artistic goal. And so when I was sitting in the audience, I'm going, man, so many people gonna be mad at me because they're gonna say, you didn't let me do the show. Well, how come you had her and you didn't have me? And she's not even a recording artist, and how many movies has she done? But then there are gonna be the millions of other people that are gonna say, wow, wow.
Right. I have that now.
So, were you surprised when I said I need you to do the show?
Yes, I was shocked. I was, you know, it was a mixture of shock / oh boy.
Okay.
I mean, I was like, sure, I'll do it. That's great. And I looked at my husband and I said, what did I just do? Because, you know, I've been on television to do certain things like for work, but never for my art, for myself. So this was new. So yeah, it was I'm thankful, but it's been a wonderful experience with you and your team.
Thank you. So you are living your art at the level that you live in Pilot Mountain. And it started out with you doing the Living Your Art showcase. And then you were doing your own show. I think you've done 3 now?
Here, yes, I think so, yes.
And the house is full every time. So you have your own following.
I do.
You've been practicing and doing all the things that artists do who want to pursue this. And so, how many places have you sung now?
Well, to get paid, I have sang about 4 or 5 different venues. You know, I sing at home. You know, the friends will come over and they're like, let's sing this song or let's practice this. And I have a friend of mine that, John, he came over to the house one night and he goes, would you just please sing for me? Because he had all these different Patsy Cline songs he wanted to hear. And, you know, I've sang some songs with my parents out and about and doing things like that. So, but just actually booking something and going to sing, it's probably been about 4 different locations and here around Pilot Mountain. And
keep going. I got a fruit fly trying to get my juice.
Editing moment, huh?
No.
You're not gonna
We're
edit?
let it roll.
Okay.
This is Hilda's Place.
Okay, yeah.
So you had sung a few songs with your parents.
So actually what happened is here at Hilda's Place, you had just opened, and when my husband came to introduce my father-in-law, you thought he was like the president or something, because my husband's like, he's a bodyguard. My father-in-law wants to talk to you. So that's how you learned that. learned about us, but you didn't. He brought himself in about a bluegrass band.
Yes.
And then he met a friend of his here, and his friend plays guitar, and I just started singing, and the man's like, you can sing, and you were like, you can sing, and I'm like, no, I can't. So that's how I got started, was walking in the door here, and having the will and the power to sing and not be afraid. I was tired of hiding. I was tired of being afraid, because if you do these things, you're really not being you. And at my age, it was something that I felt I had to do, even if I just did it at my home.
Right. You sure had to do it for you. And then if other people love it, great.
Yeah.
So what a wonderful expression and lesson in self-love.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah.
Took me a long time to get here.
I got news for you. It takes a lot of us a long time to get a lot of places. Yeah. There was a time that I stopped working with women in particular unless they were over 30.
Wow.
And I'll tell you why that was when we come back.
Okay.
So we're going to
Looking
take a
forward to
break. And when we come back, we're going to find out why I chose to stop working with women. But obviously, I'm working with them now.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
George Floyd. His name was George Floyd. Say his name.
Say his name.
George Floyd, say his name.
Say their names. Once again and always, we fight for justice. Black Lives Matter.
Go to blacklivesmatter.com.
Thank you. We are back. For those of you all who are just joining, I am Hilda Willis, the host of Hilda's Place, and we are here in Pilot Mountain. For those of you all who have been tuned in from the very beginning, welcome back. We are with Renee Sutphin. Renee, before the break, I was saying that there was a time I stopped working with women. Unless they were over 30.
Don't blame me.
Yeah, you don't blame him. Okay, so it really was because being distracted by their relationships.
And what to wear.
And really it was less about what to wear and more the pressure that comes with being a female. There are a number of questions that you end up getting directly or indirectly. When are you going to get married? When are you going to start having children? So even the ones that were married, then it was, when are you going to start having children? The ones that were single, when are you going to get married? Or, I want to be married by the time I'm 25.
That doesn't work, we know that.
Well, for some it does, but it doesn't last a lot.
That's true.
And
That's
it's
very
less about married or not being married and more about lots of times what I was finding with a group of women was that they were putting deadlines on their career path.
Right.
And I've been doing this since I was 12. So I know that my life's work is my life. And that doesn't matter how old I get. A 20-year-old is not going to be able to play a 60-year-old role.
No.
My mom's 93. I can't play a 93-year-old role. I can if I was a character actress, so I can do those things, but people need to be casted in the right age range, body size, parts. So I know that, but it's hard to instill that sometimes in young artists and particularly young women. So I had to put them in the freezer for a few years. And then when I decided to start working with them again, my average client was 45 to 65, and they were on the opposite side.
Of the,
They had done their whole life, been a great mom, great wives, whatever, great career women, but they weren't happy because there was something down deep inside, whether it was knitting or singing or whatever, that they put on the back burner, and now they have an empty nest.
But we're not going to put me on the high end of that spectrum. We're going to put me on the low end of that
We're
age
going to
range.
put you wherever you fit, wherever you want to be.
I'll take it.
Does any of this register with you as some of the things that delayed you in just getting out there?
Well, I think basically the biggest thing for me was fear, and fear of people not liking what you were doing. You know, I could be singing, and I dated some guy when I was young, and he'd say, "What did you do with all your money for the music lessons? This is terrible." And you know, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, I thought it was pretty good." So then when you hear that so much, you believe it.
Okay.
And then I believed it until my husband come along, and he's like, "I love to hear you sing this," and we had the same kind of tastes in music, and he would say, sing me this song and sing me this song, and
Okay.
it evolved that way, mainly just for him. And then when I walked in your door, I was like, wow, I think I might do this in a public space.
I think I might do it.
I can.
Renee, I need to acknowledge that I have been mispronouncing your last name. It is Sutphin.
Yes, ma'am.
I got it right?
Yes, ma'am, you
My
did.
northern country accent.
It's very correct.
Renee Sutphin.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's important because we need to be clear about our identity and
True.
be recognized for it.
That is true.
You have such a big heart.
I do.
You have.
Sometimes it's bad though. But
It
no, I'm
is.
just saying sometimes it's really bad. So, yeah.
Part of that big heart of yours is carrying a huge village of supporters. So you're a local artist, just started really calling yourself an artist in the last couple of years.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you show up, people follow you. What is that? How did you create that without being this superstar?
Well, I think that I'm a friendly person.
Okay.
I love people, and I've told everybody I was shy today, but I'm really not. But I talk to everyone. I care about what people want and need and listen to them. And if you tell me your favorite color is purple, if I see something, I'm going to buy it. If I think it's something new, make you happy. And then my husband instilled in me about getting into singing. And then my friends Nora and Randy, they were like, yes, do it, do it, do it. And Brad was like, I can't be there. So they said, we'll go. And then Lisa, my friend Lisa, she takes her turn. If she can't be there, she'll leave me flowers or little notes. And, you know, just a village of Mary and Bert and Brenda and her sister sitting in the audience. I just love Libby. She sits over there and she goes, you're doing great. And my parents supporting and my family, you know, it's just amazing that they follow and they bring their friends and they bring their friends. And the next thing you know, we've got 100 people and you're like, wow, how did we do this?
Right, right. So, you know, a lot of artists that are out here wanting to pursue this, you know, and make it their life work, should be listening to you and understanding that part of the following is connected to real heart, real people, real relationships, because people follow their heart and they support those people that they know genuinely care for them.
Yeah, they're not necessarily what I'm singing. It's me that they're following, that they know I love them and they love me.
You know what?
You know?
It's so funny. Every time I have seen you perform live and you hit a note, if it's off key, you're like, wait, I'm off key. Can we start over?
Yes, I do that.
That kind of truth, though, is important. Part of performing, and I think it's important to say that the success that you have at this community level is because you're committed to the truth right here in the moment. So when I slap that fruit fly, I don't know if JG's going to edit that out or not.
I don't know, he might, but you know, the local community is what it's all about. And there's people I went to high school with, people that, if I'm in a, you know, whenever I got sick back in February, Mary was texting me saying, I'm going to bring you stuff and put it on your front porch. And, you know, Nora's like, she brought me stuff and put it on the front porch. And Lisa, you know, everybody just brought something to my home and, you know, took care of me because I couldn't go anywhere. And then everything happened, turns upside down with what's going on out in the community today. But I think that what I want to see is let's be better humans to each other.
Exactly.
I want to show people that I may not necessarily want to do something for myself, but I'm going to do it for you and protect you.
Got it.
You're important.
Got it. This has been great.
Oh, thank you.
I'm getting a signal that we have to stop. In fact, we were supposed to stop like 3 minutes ago, but
Oh,
it's
wow.
my show.
Yeah, it's your show.
Right, so.
It's your show. Well, I appreciate you having me, and this has been an awesome opportunity. And without you in the community, it is devastating that young people, and even people my age, don't have someone that will smile and acknowledge them and say, you can do this. And I thank you very much for that every day. I do.
You are welcome. I feel your love all the time. And that circle of friends that you just mentioned are now my circle of friends,
Yes.
and we're just one big extended family.
Yes, ma'am.
And so God bless us and be with us all.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So when we come back,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna do your thing.
I am.
Okay.
I'll do it. If you make me, I'll do it.
Oh, no, we don't have to make you sing. We may have to make you stop singing.
That's true. That's very true. Yes,
Okay.
but thank you.
I love you.
Love you too.
Okay. Thank you, and come back for the real thing. Yeah.
Anytime they're playing music downstairs, it's loud. I go downstairs, see what they doing, see what music they doing, see what they dancing to. I go play piano downstairs, they come get involved. Leah has a drum set beside it, banging that. Any music, that's what they do.
I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometime. When you take, you gotta give and live and let live or let go. Oh, 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 I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. I could bring you things like big diamond rings, and you don't find roses growing on lawns of clover. But you better think it over. Well, if sweet talking you could make it come true, I would give you the world right now on a silver platter. But what would it matter? So smile for a while and let's be jolly. Love shouldn't be so melancholy. Come along and share the good times while we can. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometimes. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. I could sing you a tune and promise you the moon, but that's what it takes to hold you. I just assume let you go. But there's one thing I want you to know. You better look before you leap, still waters run deep, and I won't always be there. You out, you know what I'm talking about. So smile for a while and let's be jolly. Love shouldn't be so melancholy. Come along and share the good times while we can. I beg your pardon. Never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's gotta be a little rain sometimes. Beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden. The next song I'm going to do is I'm Not Lisa. It's by Jessie Coulter, and it's something I grew up with, and I tend to like some sad songs, but the way that Jessie and Waylon loved each other is the way that my husband and I love each other. So. not Lisa. My name is Julie. Lisa left you years ago. My eyes are not blue, but mine won't leave you till the sunlight shines on your face. She was your morning light. Her smile told of no lies. Your love for her grew with each rising sun. And then one winter's day, his hand led her away. She left you here, drowning in your tears, here where you stayed for years, crying, Lisa, Lisa, I'm not Lisa. My name is Julie. Lisa left you years ago. My eyes are not blue, but mine won't leave you till the sunlight shines through your face. I'm not Lisa. My next song is Harper Valley PTA. I used to sing this with my niece when she was young. I want to tell you a story about a Harper Valley widowed wife who had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High. Well, the daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. She said, Mama got a note here from the Harper Valley PTA. Well, the note said, Mrs. Johnson, you're wearing your dress is way too high. It's been reported you've been drinking and running around with men and going wild. And we don't believe you ought to be bringing up your little girl this way. And it was signed by the secretary, Harper Valley PTA. Well, it happened that PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon, and they were sure surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore her miniskirt into the room. As she walked up to the blackboard, still recall the words she had to say. She said, I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA. Well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there, and 7 times he's asked me for a date. And Mrs. Taylor seems sure a lot of ice whenever he's away. And Mr. Baker, can you tell us why your secretary had to leave this town? And should a Whitney Jones be told to keep her window shades clean? had a little nip of gin. And you have the nerve to tell me, as a mother, you think that I'm not fit. Well, this is just a Peyton place, and you're a Harper Valley hypocrite. No, I wouldn't put you on. It really did. It happened just this way. The day my mama socked it to the Harper Valley PTA. The day my mama socked it to the Harper Valley PTA. Thank you. I'm closing out the song with my favorite and song that I close with. Actually, I've never had a performance that I didn't close with this. And this is takes me back to my youth days going out and, you know, which you thought of back in the 90s. So. Sitting in a restaurant, she walks by. I seem to recall a certain look in your eye. I said, who is that? You said with a smile, oh, it's nobody. Oh, nobody. Maybe that explains the last 2 weeks. You called me up, dead on your feet, working late again. I asked who with, you said nobody. Oh, nobody. Well, you're nobody called today. She hung up when I asked her name. Well, I wonder, does she think she's being clever? You say nobody's after you. The fact is what you say is true. 'Cause I can love you like nobody can. Even better. Late last night, we went for a drive. You were miles away. I asked, what's on your mind? Nobody. Why do you ask? Oh, her again. I could have told you that. We came back home, got ready for bed. I said to myself, I've got one shot left. You're still mine, and I won't stand in line behind nobody.